That's fantastic. I wanted to ask you, find out what kind of your reasons behind starting Lyrix Organix, because obviously you work with a lot of the youth, from beatboxing to producers to MCs and loads of events and so forth. How did you? Was it through the raving scene and the MCing scene that you started this properly? Is that the reason why you started it?
Well, the reason I started Lyrix Organics was because, if we're going really deep into it, I used to put on events with an organisation called Jammin Collective, who are based out in West London, over in kind of Kensal, Harlesden way. And we put on events which were a combination of music and rap and burlesque and VJs and all kinds of stuff. And I kind of got the bug from that point. But
Yeah.
then there came a point after doing that for a number of years with a collective that I was kind of like, I'm going out to gigs like 6-7 nights a week. I reckon I know what it takes to put on something really hot, but something that was contributing to the wider world. I never really wanted to create music just for music's sake. I actually saw musical as a vehicle for change and voices. And so Lyrix Organics started in 2009 as a charity event in a back room of a pub in Kensal Green called Paradise. And it was a charity event. So the idea was that we were going to raise money for a different charity every month or whenever the show was. And, it was a minor. There was like 30, 50 people, 70 people tops for the first few gigs. But there were two crucial things that happened. One was we partnered with MSF, Doctors Without Borders, as our charity. And, the research that I did into thinking, okay, well, what is it that Lyrix Organics wants to support, as opposed to like just taking a charity off the shelf and be like, all right, well, here's 25 quid we made on the door or whatever. Actually really wanted the charity to kind of be the backbone of what Lyrix Organics was about. And so we chose Doctors Without Borders, being a humanitarian aid organization, which were politically or apolitical, so they were neutral. So it became just about the work that they were doing, and that was something that really embodied what Lyrix Organics does. Is that up until recently, we tried to tread this very fine balance between giving a voice to disenfranchised people, but not being overly political, because we wanted the artists to use that voice rather than us to be that voice on their behalf. The other thing that was quite crucial in that formative couple of years, 2009, 2010, was we worked with some artists who ended up becoming like massive. We had one show in 2010 where the billing was Maverick Sabre, Doc Brown, and Ed Sheeran, all on the same bill. I think that was the show that Maverick Sabre, may have got signed. I think Ed Sheeran was very, very close to being signed at that point in time, and Doc Brown that was one of his first comedy gigs before, he then went on to Hollywood and BBC and all that kind of stuff. So, we had little moments where all of the alchemy of the people we knew and the network and this didn't start from scratch. I'd been like immersed in the music scene just as a fan more than anything for like a number of years before that. And then when Lyrix Organics came about, it's like, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this?